Welcome to Friday night's Quick Fillers Racing League. This is the Friday Night Cup Series. We are at Atlanta tonight. Currently, we have 47 minutes of practice going on, so I'm in the process of getting a few things situated. If you notice on the top right-hand corner, we got the QFRL mudslide background going on. We have Smokey Gregory Robinson, Curtis SUV Sovereign, and Jamie Mullins, and then, of course, Babyface James Nelson, Jim Hubble, Justin Smith, and Tyrone Yo, and Colton Lanford. Those are the 8 drivers that are in right now doing practice. Let's go around and take a look at each of the cars. We'll take a look at Greg first. Let's see if he follows instructions the way I tell people to. All right. So Gregory Robinson is driving the number 3 Chevrolet. Looks like a Bass Pro Tracker, hometown of Sault Ste. Marie. Don't know what state that is. Next will be Curtis Sovereign. He's driving the U.S. Army Toyota number 54. I did that paint scheme for the helmet and the fire suits. Jamie Mullins, hometown Piney Flats, Tennessee, retired U.S. Air Force. See his picture in the background, and he's driving the 66 Chevrolet tonight. Next will be James Babyface Nelson driving the 75 Ford. It's the QFRL Ford. Let's see. Jim Hubble is driving the Ford, and he's got a picture of his dog. I hope that's his dog. Hang on, let me hide the car. Yep, that's his dog. So he's driving the 51 blue in color Ford. Hometown is Wildomar, California. Next will be Colton Lanford. And if that's Colton, you're ugly. Hometown, Highland Ranch, Colorado. Looking for his first win in the QFRL. I don't know. It says that, he's got Grave Intentions as his team. And let's see. Oh, Tommy Osborne has come in. We'll get to him in just a second. Justin Smith, hometown I hope that's Muncie, Indiana. He's driving the number 9 red and color Chevy tonight. Who's his sponsor? I can't tell you. And then Tyrone Yohe Jr. driving the number 2 Chevrolet from York, Pennsylvania. He also races in the Blue-Gray Plastic Fabrication Cup Series. Then we have Tommy Osborne out of East Lynn, West Virginia, driving the white and color Chevrolet number 1. So these gentlemen are doing their practice laps and trying to get everything going. So tonight we are at Atlanta. This is a 1.54 mile track. We're doing 140 laps for those who need to do some quick math and whatnot. That would be 215.6 miles total out of all the laps. Each one of the drivers out here tonight is doing their own little thing. We are all QFRL team members. There are no sub teams as of right now. Eventually we may be dropping down the sub teams and stuff like that, but as for the moment, there are none. Curtis has moved into the first spot with the fastest lap of the night at 30.36, followed by Colton Lanford at 30.50. Jim Hubble is 31. That's not his best time. Oh, I'm sorry. The best time of the night belongs to Curtis at 29.96. Colton Lanford at 30.02. Jim Hubble at 30.05. Babyface has 30.06. Gregory Robinson is at 30.21. Jamie Mullins is at 30.34. Justin Smith has pulled off a 30.78. Looks like he's heading in with the Lumar Chevrolet to check on his tire wear and everything. Tyrone not Yohi, I found out the other day, it's pronounced Yo, is at 30.8, and Tommy Osborne is by himself pulling a 31.46. So the draft is going to be very important tonight. Atlanta has been changed from an old-fashioned, what used to be old-fashioned just plate racing to a super speedway now. They changed the banking to where you can be able to go full throttle and the bank will help make the turn. You don't have to lift as much going into 1 and coming out of 2, or going into 3 coming out of 4. Now the tri-oval will still get to you, and if you aren't very good, then you'll wind up getting a little loose coming out of the tri-oval there. So let's go ahead and follow the cameras and see where the excitement is. And I want to see what this tower camera is. Okay, so this is the camera right in the middle of the track. It's up on the timing clock and we'll be able to see everything going on around. Might not be in the middle of the track. It looks like it's it's right above the announcer's broadcasting booth. So I do like camera number 3 here. So I've placed it on the exciting. I can tell you as stuff goes on what's going to happen and whatnot, or as stuff happens I'll go through. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that timing there. I'm also going to check on the ticker and see what's happening with it, see if I got that down right. So we still have 38 minutes to go of the series. Oh, we just had a crash. What happened there? Gregory Robinson has gone off track. Let's go back and check that out. Let's see what happened. Oh, Gregory went to the inside and just balled it off of the pit road. Let's take a look, see what else has happened. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta go into my sounds real quick. headphones, rotate with VR, enable, wave. Alright, that's all good. Let's go miscellaneous. Make sure that's still good. Alright. I gotta check on the audio mixer, make sure that all the sounds are still current. Okay. So, yep, all that's still good. Let's take a look at Colton Lamford here. See what happened. Ooh. I want to change a couple of angles on that camera during the replay. Let's see. And we'll go back live. I still got to work on that QRFL. Oh, by the way, I was supposed to have put this up. So, welcome to Mudslide Media, part of the QFRL community. I am your host and your broadcaster for the night, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. We'll be racing tonight at Atlanta, doing 140 laps. Now, each of these drivers are entitled to only 5 sets of tires. They will have 4 behind the wall, 1 on the set of tires. Now, as they do the qualifying laps, that set of tires will carry over to the first set of laps. If they come into the pits, they'll lose that set of tires, and the way that everything is situated, it'll go back into it'll be lost to them. They will not be able to keep doing anything else with those tires. Yeah, I kind of screwed up on my introductions and stuff. I'm sorry about that. At the top, about 3 minutes out from the top of the hour, I will go back into the media portions, and we'll have everything situated so that hopefully I don't screw the broadcast up too bad. I am still practicing and learning and getting everything situated, so y'all are learning as I go. Let's see who's still on the track. Curtis is running pretty good tonight. He still has the fastest time out there. Nobody's come in so far to push him off. We have a total of 9 drivers right now. And Curtis is working with Tyrone to see if they can do any better. Like I said, the draft is going to be very important tonight. Now, one of the things that I've noticed in my experience with drafting is that the Fords are good pushers. They are not very good at being pushed, but they are the good pushers. Toyota and Camry, they both have the more slanted nose and everything, and it's rounded off so that they can be able to split the wind a little bit better. The Toyota and Camry, the Chevrolets, the Camaro has the better down force and everything with the front end. Toyota hasn't worked it out and got it figured out yet how to be able to do that, the downforce, like the Camaros do. Now, with that being said, Ford, as you see right there next to each other, James's Ford is able to catch up to him real quick, because as soon as he gets in that draft, he's able to catch up and he's square, so he's able to square on and be able to push a little bit better and get that air the draft and be able to push the car up in front of him a lot better. The downside to that, though, is whenever he gets in front of everybody, if he's getting pushed, all that flat area now becomes a bulldozer blade, and it makes it harder for him to be able to split the air in front of him. As you see, all three cars are right there, and James got a little bit loose, but he's still able to catch up and be able to catch up to the other two. Now, you see that Curtis is back there and he's dragging the brake just a little bit. So what is going on is he's allowing for James to be able to catch up to him, and they'll be able to catch up to Tyrone in just a second if James would stay in behind him. However, James isn't always there. He's fighting tooth and nail with the with this track. It's brand new, repaved and everything, but it's not the smoothest track out there.
This is a reminder.
Alexa, stop. So, with that reminder, or with that being said, this track is kind of grooved a little bit, so there is a lot more force feedback going into the steering wheel, causing it to vibrate a little bit more. I don't know what the feedback is that each of these drivers will have, but it looks like Curtis is still holding the lead with the 29.96 as the fastest time during this practice session. Now, each of these drivers are trying to figure out what's the better offset for the steering wheel. What's the better steering ratio? With these cars, the steering ratio, the higher the number, like 3.68, that means it is actually a lower ratio. It is instead in the old cars, it used to be 8-1, 10-1, 12-1, all the way up to 20-1. Well, with these cars, when they say 3 point something to 1, it's actually 8-1 for that 3.1. If they say 1 point something, then it is actually higher up, like a 16-1 or 20-1. So we're going to be watching, see what these drivers have, and see how things are going. I'm going to slow that ticker down just a little bit and give the gap a little bit more time so that it can slow down just a little bit. That way y'all can see everything going on out there and see how slow it is. Let's hide that for just a second. Bring it back up. Alright. Let's see if that changed any of it. I hope it did. No, it's still running at a second across the screen, so give me 1 second to refresh. Oh, okay. I'm putting it in the wrong one. That might be what the problem is. There you go. That's a lot better. That's what I needed to do there. was slow it down just a little bit so that y'all can find your favorite drivers there and be able to pull for the gentleman that you are hoping for. Let's go meet up with a driver named Benny. Benny will be driving the number 27 Ford, white in color. I don't have all the information about Benny because these gentlemen do not like following the idea of actually filling out information. I know I'm sarcastic at times. Let me see. I was trying to run through and get some stuff taken care of, and I'm trying to make sure that I have all these logos done right. I've got part of it. I don't have all of it though. Now let me see. Apply. Okay. I'm going to hide these two tickers real quick. And I'm going to pull up this one. Now, with that one being shown, it shows the last name and first initial of every driver out there. However, the race info is still not showing up the way I want it to. And that's something I need to work on. I got part of it to load. These gentlemen tonight will also be doing the double yellow line rule. So you see that white and red stripe along the side of the course. What's going to happen is if these drivers at any given time go below the white and red line with all four tires and they advance their position, they will be flagged and they will have to they'll basically fall to the back, or they will not be able to gain. They'll get black flagged for whatever's going on there. Alright, so that's not working the way I want it to just yet. Okay, it's showing broadcaster. Change that then. Still showing broadcaster. Show this. Hide that one. We are in practice right now. There is no class data. See if that helps any. Nope.
Pit party, pit party.
So as you can see, they're fixing to run in. Oh. Let's see, where's that driver's detail? That actually is a better view of their car. Tells you who we're looking at. Let's hide these. Empty that out. The battle box will show you who's doing what and who's fighting where. So we're going to go to the excitement on camera 3. Somebody's already caught one. Let's see. I'm looking through some of these overlays and seeing what I can get rid of real quick. Trying to remember which one I did where. Okay. Image -2 -3 -4. Apply. Okay. I might have to shut down live timing for just a second to bring it back up and refresh it. I hope not. Nope. Trying to find my comma. Let's see if that works. Apply and hit OK. Did that work? All right, give me 1 second. I'll pull this right back up. And we'll refresh here. I'm trying to get rid of that SDK gaming in the background there, but unfortunately it's not going away. I did pull something else up, so I've screwed up in that upper hand corner. So let me see what I can do to fix that. Apply and OK. Yep, that took care of that. I gotta look for that image there though. It's hidden in there, and there's nothing I can do to get rid of the SDK gaming. So I'm just gonna deal with that for a little bit. We are at 15 minutes left of practice time. We have 10 drivers in the session right now. We'll take a look at Jamie Mullins and see what he has to say. He's driving that beautiful painted car with the American flag on it. Let's see if I can get in for a closer. So, you see the American Eagle? A bunch of us are all military guys. So, I'll take a look around, see what we look from the front. I can't read what's written on the hood of his car, but I do admit his car does look nice. It says, "United we stand, divided we fall." And it's a salute to the military personnel that we have out there. Every last one of us are either Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines. I don't think we have any Coast Guard guys in this area though. And I'm kind of glad that we don't. Still got 13 minutes of practice left. These gentlemen are running as hard as they can, learning what they can do. So far, Curtis has the fastest time of the night. Nobody else has been able to beat him at 29.0 or at 29.96, but he did that while in the draft. We're going to see what these guys can do while they're qualifying. And that's where all the fun is really going to be. Let's take a look at the weather right now. So the current time, race time is 12:47. Winds 2 miles per hour. Looks like it's 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity's at 1,000. Nope, the chance of rain's 54%. It's partly cloudy, overcast. Track temperature's 128 degrees Fahrenheit currently. Let's take a look. You can see the driver input of Justin Smith there. He's turning the steering wheel back and forth just a little bit, fighting it just a little as they go around the corners. Ah, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for logo number 2. And let me hide that one for just that SDK. Yeah, that logo needs to go away. We got the track map showing you where most of these drivers are and where their locations to the number 1 is. We're still in under practice. I don't think I got anything for... Oh, okay. Let's see. Pull up the battle box real quick to see what it shows. The relative or the best position or the relative laps. Yeah. Hide the battle box at this time. Reload the overlays and also update the trading paints. Make sure we got everybody in here. Got 8 minutes left of the session still showing. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and mute and go here to the broadcast area. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Mudslide Media, part of the QFRL family. QFRL, it stands for Quick Finishers Racing League. We are a organization of retired military, some active military, not very many though, and we are just a group of guys who get together on Tuesdays and Friday nights to have a good time, be competitive with each other, and race against each other. The QFRL are the gentlemen that we came together in another series. We got together, started our own league, had a good time, started being very competitive against each other, and decided that we wanted to get out there and be able to race against other people. Well, we opened up the series about 6 weeks ago, and invited people in from iRacing to come in, have a good time with us, come out, spend the night, and get some racing done. On Tuesday nights, we do the Gen 4 ARCA cars. If you don't know what a Gen 4 ARCA car is, it is basically the Generation 4 NASCAR Cup cars. Currently, our current next-gen cars are considered Generation 7, which brings everybody out and is the newest mod, like the 2023 Mustang, 2023 Toyota Camry, the 2023 Chevrolet Camaro. These vehicles are being raced as they stand currently in NASCAR on the Cup Series. We do the next gen Cup cars on Friday nights, which is tonight. So now the gentlemen that run this league, we got together and decided that we wanted to start doing broadcasting. So I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield, the host of Mudslide Media. I'm also the individual who will be the voice of Mudslide Media for the next couple of weeks for the rest of this season. Hopefully next season we may have a second broadcaster, may not, don't know. But currently we do have myself, and the reason being is I admit I'm not the greatest driver out there, but I am getting better, and I want to see these guys have a very competitive time. So with that being said, we're going to be going into Atlanta tonight for 140 laps. The Atlanta Motor Speedway has been changed from your traditional motor speedway into a super speedway, even though it's only 1.54 miles. We're doing 140 laps at 1.54 miles. Let's see, that is 1.54, 215 miles, 215.6 miles all the way around tonight. These drivers have 5 sets of tires. The first set they will be qualifying on. The first set they will be qualifying and doing the first set of the race on. There will be a break at the midway point, I do believe, which should be at lap 70. During the race, we will drop in, talk to some of the drivers, get a feel of how they're doing and everything. Now, during the practice, I should have went in, talked to some of the drivers and seen how they were doing, what their strategies were and everything like that, how they felt about having, or how they felt their car was handling and everything. Currently, we have 10 drivers that are logged in and ready to go, but we still have a few minutes before the race will actually start. So if you feel like you want to join up with us, we are on Discord. We are also in Facebook. You can shoot me a Facebook message or shoot me a comment in the comments, and I will try and get in touch with you and let you know. If you're in iRacing, go into the league, and it's by invite only. So you can look me up, Mark Hollifield, or you can be able to look up Curtis Sobran, one of the other, or James Nelson 7, to get an invite to join the league. This season, though, we're at the halfway point, so you might not be able to join this season, but we do have open trials between the seasons and everything and we try and accept everybody from a rookie class all the way to Class A. We don't accept pros because you're basically, with us, you would not have a very competitive season against us if you are a pro. We would basically get our butts kicked every time you came out onto the track. So, with that being said, I think I'm about ready to go into the field, and I'm waiting to see where these guys are on the track. They should be getting ready to end the practice here shortly. Whenever they do end practice, I'll go into the session and post everything as it, the race information and the qualifications and stuff like that. I'll see if it allows us to be able to see the qualifying. I'm hoping it will, but you never know. Fortunately, one other thing is these gentlemen will have one fast repair per vehicle. That allows them to go into the pits after a crash and get their car instantaneously repaired. If they're not careful on their first pit stop, a lot of these guys can possibly lose that fast repair because they forget to uncheck it in their pit stop checklist. In the checklist, they'll have how much gas that they're allowed to put into the vehicle, whether or not they want to take the windshield tear off on the pit stop, whether they want 2 tires or 4 tires. They can do all 4 tires, or they can do 2 rights or 2 lefts. At this track, the thing that gets eat up the most is the right side tires. So some of the strategy may be on that first pit stop that they stop, take a look, and see, hey, yeah, I need all 4 tires this time, but next time I come around, it may not be so bad. I'll only take the outside. If that's the case, be expecting to see a lot of slipping and sliding. All right, let me go here and hide this information real quick. I'm going to show you the race information. I don't know why it's saying overlay communications, but we're watching Tyrone as he pulls out and does his qualifying laps. I'll switch between the drivers as I can. We'll get off of this, empty this out. Let's see who will have the fastest time out there. Right now, it's Tyrone is the one that is first out, watching everybody come around. Now, they will do one complete lap before they they have 3 laps total. 1 lap is the warm-up lap. Then the second lap starts the timer. The third lap is their second qualifying time, so that they get a chance to have 2 qualification laps and will take the best one and move them forward. So the fastest time, you've seen how Tyrone went below the white and yellow line right there. That would cause him to be disqualified moving forward. Curtis Sobrin, as you see, has the fastest time of 31.48. Hubble is right behind him by 0.03 seconds back. Jamie Mullins just took the lead off of him. Hold on. Let's go check in on Babyface Nelson. Smokey Robinson is trying his best to get out there. Jamie Mullins is out there and he's running a 31.33. Babyface ran a 31.37. Let's see what Justin Smith is doing. Justin Smith looks like he's sitting inside. Oh, there he is. Sorry, the camera didn't want to change. Justin Smith has got a 31.87 right now. That may not be his best lap, though. Looks like Tommy Osborne is sitting in the pits and waiting. He is not going to qualify tonight. Colton Lanford, let's see what he's got going on. Justin Smith has moved up. He is at 31.35, taking the second place. Colton Lanford is at 31.76 currently. Let's see where he qualifies and finishes out. He is currently in 9th place at the back of the pack. Still waiting on the rest of them to show up. Let's take a look, see where Tommy is. Tommy is in the pits. He did not try to qualify tonight. Everybody is in the pits, so let's take a scenic look around. Take a look at the pits if we can. I'm waiting on the grid to show. So, tonight's race is brought to you by QFRL, the Quick Finisher Racing League, and Mudslide Media. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollyfield. Don't ask me how I got my name. It's from my Combat Veterans organization. Combat Veterans Motorcycle Organization. Current temperature is 2-mile-an-hour winds. Looks like the wind is still holding at the north. All right, we are on the grid. Jamie Mullins is going to be on your inside. Justin Smith on the outside. Babyface Nelson inside. Jim Hubble outside. Curtis SUV Sauburn inside. Greg Smokey Robinson on the outside. Tyrone Yo on the inside. Benny, whoever the hell that is, I do not know, outside. Colton Lanford on the inside. And Tommy Ozzy Osborne on the inside. Thank you for supporting the QFRL. We appreciate everything that y'all do for us. Tonight's race will be a fun race as we get ready for the start. There will be a parade lap, it looks like, going around the track. The pace car has his lights off, so when they go one lap around, you will see the pace car come off at the pit exit. When he does that, then we will go green. There is no restart zone. However, the restarts do fall on the leader of the race. I'm going to put it on the exciting and go between the cameras here. I like camera number 3 with the excitement going on, and it'll jump back between 3 and 1. So, actually, hopefully, it will go between all the cameras if I go exciting. So we're in for 140 laps. We're at lap 0 of the 140. When the race gets down to the last 50 laps, it'll start counting down, telling you how many laps are left. The ticker tells you how many seconds behind the drivers are from the very lead car. The restart will start, or the start will start on the leader at the restart zone. It will be on iRacing. We will go green, 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 and they will take off. After that, as long as all 4 tires are in the restart zone, then the drivers will, the restart will start with the drivers there. So we're going out. Oh, we already got some action as Justin Smith is pushed down below the red and white line there. You see that Jamie Mullins and Babyface Nelson are linked together trying to get up there and get this car going around and get that drafting partner. Everybody is looking for their drafting partners right now. Colton Lamford has passed Tommy Osborne for position 9. Babyface Nelson has moved up to 2nd place. Tyrone Yo is now in 7th place. Jim Hubble has passed Curtis for 4th place. Curtis is now taken back over 4th place. Tyrone is now passing Colton Lamford for 8th place. Right now, this is just a filling out of everybody. The first 3 cars are trying to link together and try and put some separation amongst themselves and try and get away. But remember what I told you. The Fords are the better pushers. They are not the best at being pushed, but they are the better pushers. You see, James Nelson is out there trying his best to give Jamie the push around the track. He is going to use that draft to be able to have basically Jamie Mullins pull him around the track. The Camaros are the faster of the two, are the faster cars between the Camaro and the Camry, because the nose is a lot different and there's a lot more downforce. But as I say that, Curtis Sovereign is able to use the draft and pull himself right up there and tie for 3rd place with Justin Smith. Now he has the Ford Benny pushing him around Justin Smith on the outside line. The 3-car lineup is Jamie Mullins, James Babyface Nelson, and Curtis Sovereign. But Curtis now has in his back door Justin Smith sitting there filling up the rearview mirror. Jim Hubble and Benny and Greg Smokey Robinson bring out 5th, 6th, and 7th, with Tyrone, Tommy, and Colton rounding out the top 10. You see these cars dropping just a little bit below that white and red line. They're not allowed to pass below that line. If they do pass below that line, they will be black flagged and sent to the back of the line. Or if it's on the last lap, they will lose. They will be black flagged and sent back to where they were, and their positions will be stripped from them. The only reason they should be able to go below that white and red line is if there's a wreck that forces them down that way. And that will be a review that we will have to go through and see. Right now, all these cars are filling them out. We're on lap number 8. You see them starting to split just a little bit. Jamie's went a little high, and that's gave Nelson the chance to drop down low. The side draft is real with these cars. They can side draft and slow a car down like nothing, like make the car look like it's standing still as they pass on the outside. James Nelson has that Ford's big front end, and he's getting a push, but he's also holding back as the three on the outside are getting ready to line back up. If those three can line up, they would be able to pass using the side draft and pull themselves right past the guys on the bottom. This is a battle right now. It looks like a set of 4 cars versus 3 cars. You see the ticker, it's only by 1/100th of a second that separates the leader from the second place. Actually, I'm sorry, that's 1/10th of a second, not 100th of a second. I am so sorry. I forgot my math for a second. So they are 1/10th of a second difference between the leader and second place. You've got Curtis. He's trying to line up right behind Jamie Mullins. I'm wondering if Jamie Mullins decided to drop back and try and save some tires so that he doesn't have to enter pits as much as everybody else. Jamie Mullins and Tommy Osborne are the veterans of this group. Benny, I don't know who he is. He could be a possible sleeper, but Jamie Mullins and Tommy Osborne are the two more experienced drivers of this league right now. We have 1, 2, 3 Fords in the we have 3 Fords in the race. We have 1 Toyota driven by Curtis SUV Sovereign. And the reason he has SUV is because he's as big as a freaking truck and drives like he's driving a truck sometimes. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Chevrolets in the field. The last Chevrolet is Colton Lamford, who has fallen 1 spot. The biggest fall so far tonight is Jamie Mullins dropping from 1st to 7th. Now he's working his way back up. He's in 6th position. The biggest mover and shaker of the night happens to belong to Benny in 3rd place as he's coming from 8th place to 3rd place. Want to check out Benny and see what he looks. That's what Benny looks like right now. There's Babyface's car as he's coming around. Curtis SUV Sovereign driving the Toyota. We went through Benny. Justin Smith. I'm going to move his car so y'all ladies can see his lovely face out there tonight. Gregory Robinson. Jamie Mullins is driving the 66. Jim Hubble. Why is it not showing his car? I don't know. Anyway. Tyrone Yohe. It's not showing his photo either. I know he's got a photo. Tommy Osborne is in 9th place. And Colton Lamford. Tommy and Colton need to link up and get back to it so that they can be able to catch up to the pack that is out there ahead of them. Babyface Nelson is being pushed by the Toyota Curtis Sovereign. Can Curtis be able to work it and go around him? I don't think so, because it just doesn't look like Jamie James Babyface Nelson is going to allow Curtis any opportunity to sneak around him. But as you see, Benny is right there behind Curtis and was pushing him down that backstretch. They are too wide coming through the start-finish area. Oh, we have a little bit of a bump as Justin Smith gets into the... Wait a minute. Was that Justin Smith or Jim Hubble? Oh, it was Jim Hubble who got into the side of Benny. Justin Smith was able to take advantage of it and just able to push his way around Jim Hubble and Benny. Benny is now on his way back down the pack. And my phone is ringing for some reason. I'm sorry about that. Did not mean for anybody to... So they're staying side by side, crossing the start-finish line. It looks like Babyface and Sovereign are side by side as Curtis is moving to the inside. Babyface went to the outside to block Jamie Mullins, who has come back. And now Curtis is on the inside, and he's being left high and dry a little bit. Nelson drops down in front to cut off Curtis, and now he jumps back up to the high side to block Jamie Mullins. Now he drops down. He is trying to be a one-car blocking machine for 3 lanes here. He can't figure out if he wants to stay low or if he wants to go high. Mullins is getting that push from Benny, and Nelson is watching that rear view mirror, watching as the cars are lining up behind him. Mullins has dropped down to the inside, and that leaves Benny. Benny has dropped down right behind Justin Smith. Jim Hubble is now left high and dry all on his own. Tommy Osborne and Colton Lamford are way out of the picture right now. They are roughly 12 seconds behind, with Colton Lamford 18 seconds, now 19 seconds back. I don't see any reason why they were so far back since the green flag. No, neither one of them have went off of the track as far as I can tell. So neither one of their vehicles, Tommy Osborne or Colton Lamford, Colton is now lining up like he fixing to go into the pits or just come out of the pits. He must have cut across because... Oh! He's lost a little bit. He's lost it. We are watching it. He lost control there, and he is struggling to maintain control. Will this bring out the caution? No, it does not, because he's able to keep the car going forward. I don't know what is going on with Colton, but the leaders are fixing... Oh, there they go, putting him down laps. And as I say that, you see Curtis Sovereign is struggling sideways a little bit as he was passing Colton Lamford. Colton may be going in. Let's take a look, see if there's any damage on the right rear suspension, or on his vehicle actually. You see some of the damage to that right rear. Let's take a look at the left front suspension. I was in the wrong one, sorry. Left front looks good. Left rear is just a little bit. We're looking inside the car now. Take a look at the chase. There doesn't seem to be any damage to Boomer, his little raccoon that likes to ride with him. We'll get back to the site. Oh, and we have a pass for the lead as Curtis Sobran and Benny are able to get around James Nelson. Benny helped push Curtis Sobran around to the lead, and now in third place is Smokey Robinson. James Nelson and Justin Smith bring up fourth, and fifth. Jamie Mullins just passed Jim Hubble for position number 6, while Justin Smith passed Babyface Nelson for position 4. Benny is on the outside. Can he take the lead from Curtis Sobran? Jim Hubble has passed Jamie Mullins for position 6. Jim Hubble passed Babyface Nelson for position 5. Tyrone Yo has now taken over position 7 from Jamie Mullins. Smokey Robinson passed Benny for position 2, and Benny just took it back. Now Babyface Nelson is there passing Justin Smith for position 4. Curtis SUV Sobran is still in the lead. We're watching Justin Smith as he's trying to get into the draft. He lines up right behind Babyface Nelson. Babyface Nelson is still struggling. He is trying to get that 4th position back, and he's looking to see if the number 9 will help push him around, but the 9 drops out and leaves him stranded high and dry. Now remember, I told you to watch for that white and black. If all 4 tires go across the white and black, if all 4 tires go across that white and red line, that individual will be called out and be flagged for it. So I am trying to watch and make sure that they do not go off the track. If they do, then I will report it and let them know. Right now, we have a pretty good race. It looks like Colton is in the pits. Nope, he's pitted out. Jamie Mullins just took over the 6th position from Jim Hubble. We're going to follow this from the tower for just a minute. You see them coming down that back stretch in the scenic. You can see the last couple of cars, which are Tommy and Colton, as they are being approached by the leaders. Y'all, I am sorry. I didn't realize it, but I've had the volume turned down for the race a whole lot. I'm sorry. I was talking too much. So for the next few minutes, I'm not going to say anything. We're just going to watch these drivers go as fast as they can. I'm sorry, folks. I did not realize that I had turned and muted the race itself. I was giving y'all a play-by-play, but without any sound, and that's my bad. Like I said, this is only my second broadcast with the QFRL. I am learning, and I am trying to be a whole lot better. So... as we watch, we're at lap number 40, so you got to be wondering who's getting ready to come into the pits because they're already at 40 laps. So the fuel is starting to run short. The tires are yep, there we go. You hear them calling it out. They've got to call out that they're going to be doing the pits. So let's go and see the pit lane and see how that's going to work out for them. See if they can be able to get down to pit lane speed before they cross that start-finish line. As they're pitting, let's see who's in there, who can get in and get out. They're coming down to their stalls. We're going to watch this race coming off a pit lane. Who's got it? Who stayed out there? Colton is still on the track as he passes the leaders. But all he's doing is getting his time back. Who's the first car coming out of the pit? 75, James Nelson's first off the line. Curtis Auburn, followed by, I forgot who was next. Jim Hubble. Who's next? There's Jamie Mullins. He's pulling into his. Who will be at next one out? Jamie Mullins is in the lead. He's following the pits. Coming in with Justin Smith, Greg Smokey Robinson, Tyrone, and Babyface Nelson's back out on the track. Jamie Mullins is first out. So your leaders right now is Jamie Mullins. Can he get back on the track before the rest of them come out of turn 2? Oh, here comes the Babyface Nelson. Curtis is right behind him. Let's see if they can take the lead. Jamie Mullins is still in the lead. You see that pack? They are trying their best to catch up and catch Jamie Mullins, Benny, and Babyface. So there is only one car between Jamie Mullins and Babyface Nelson. Justin Smith is going into the pits right now. He was the last car trying to pit. Everybody's got brand new tires and a full tank of gas, brand new gas. I'm sorry, guys. I find myself funny at times. Let's see how far back Jamie is, or where everybody is behind Jamie. You got Tommy Osborne right behind him. We're following this one really, really close. Tommy Osborne is using Jamie Mullins as the means to pull him around the track. But you see everybody else is coming hard up behind him. Benny is right there. Benny has that freight train right behind him on the outside. They are fixing to pass Benny. The freight train is moving around Benny like he's just standing still. James Babyface Nelson is trying his best to close this gap of 2.53 seconds. It's now 2.49 seconds. Tommy Osborne is helping his buddy Jamie Mullins to get around the track and keep away from them, but they do not have the tires with Tommy Osborne, it looks like. That freight train is coming as it drops down to 1.9 seconds, 1.7 seconds. My bad, 1.82 seconds, 1.75 seconds. 1.65 seconds. Look at how big that freight train is growing right behind them right now. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars closing in on the leader and the lap down car. Tommy Osborne is pushing as hard as he can to keep his buddy Jamie Mullins in the lead. But that gap is closing. It's now 1 second back as Babyface Nelson is trying to close that gap. Look at that. You see Babyface is trying his best to close this gap. He is looking for the draft area so that he can be able to catch up, and he is closing it with a quickness. He might just freight train and move right over top of Nelson or Mullins. Will they touch? There is a little bit of touch there. We're watching from the excitement of the track. Sovereign was able to move to the inside and push Nelson out. He's now taken over second place. Benny is now in third place. Nelson got pushed to the outside and is now being left in the dust. Sovereign is pushed up behind Mullins because Mullins used Colton Lanford as a block. Colton Lanford is being used as a block, and he is slowing traffic down behind him as the lead lap cars are trying their best to catch up to him, the leader of Jamie Mullins. Jamie Mullins went to the outside just at the last second and left Colton there hanging. Now the upper, Curtis Sovereign is on the inside and he's got Benny pushing him. They are in the lead. Jamie Mullins is got Babyface Nelson pushing him on the outside with Jim Hubble on the inside. There are 3 deep, now 4 deep against 2 cars on the outside. Tyrone is trying his best to help Jamie get back to the front. Jamie Mullins is now taking over the lead with James Nelson behind him. Curtis Sovereign is drifted high and now in third place. The lead change back and forth is getting out there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Atlanta for 140 laps. We've already completed 56 laps of the 140. We have 10 racers tonight. Of the 10 racers, 4 of them are 1 lap down. Jamie Mullins is your race leader tonight. Babyface Nelson is in second place. Benny, whoever that is in fighting it out with Curtis Sovereign for third and fourth place. Benny has now been pushed to fifth place as Jim Hubble moved to the inside. Benny is now back in fourth place, fighting it out with Jim Hubble. Benny is driving the number 27. Colton Lamford is having troubles with his car. He's lost control of the car. Let's go back and see what happened with Colton as he was coming into corner 3. He lost control. He is sliding all over the track. He's went off the track and come back on. There is something not right with his car. SUV passes Babyface Nelson to take over third. Benny is in second place while we were watching the replay. They're too wide crossing the start-finish line. Too wide going into 2. Benny was getting pushed just a little bit as Sovereign pushed him. Oh, excuse me for a second. They're too wide coming across the start-finish line. It is Sovereign and Benny fighting it out right now. Sovereign's on the outside. Benny's on the inside in the silver in color. I can't tell what car that is. I'm going to refresh the overlay just to make sure. I do have my Trading Paints loaded. Trading Paints is not a sponsor of this, but Trading Paints is where all of us drivers go to get our paint jobs done. We either create the paint jobs and put them on there so that everybody can see them, or we go on there and see a painter that we like, pick their car, and we'll race that car for us. Each of these drivers has their own favorite drivers and everything, and painters. Colton Lamford has entered the pit lane, probably to get new tires at this time. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened and sent him in there. Oh, his car is smoking hard after that. Let's go back and check, see what caused that smoke to come out. So we will follow him for a few. You see him go in, he hits the sidewall, he cuts across the grass, comes around the corner sideways just a little bit, drifts back up onto the track. He is having some issue there. I can't tell if it's maybe his front tires went down or what's going on. We'll follow him around just for a second. I want to see what caused the smoke to come out. Oops, wrong one. Let's see what caused him to have problems with his car. Did he just blow his engine? Let's listen to this. See what the sound of that car sounds like. The engine sounds fine right here. I'm going back live because I don't know what was going on. I don't want to miss any of the action that's going on, because we do have a new second place runner right now. Benny is in now, and Jim Hubble was up in second place. Benny is fighting for that battle with second place. Oh, Benny gets into the wall just a little bit. There is contact. They are too wide coming across the start-finish line. And they are 2-3 rows deep, going too wide. Now, they are back single file for 3 rows, then double, then single file. Greg Robinson, Tommy Osborne, Justin Smith, and Colton Lanford. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Sorry, folks, I had to get something to drink. I don't know, I had a tickle in my throat, and I couldn't get rid of it. So, as we look, James Nelson is being pushed by Jamie Mullins across the start-finish line, way back there in 4th place. Curtis Sovereign is in 1st place with Benny right behind him. Jim Hubble is in 3rd. Babyface Nelson in the 75 is coming around, bringing up the 4th place, followed by Jamie Mullins, finishing out your top 5 as of right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all are having a good night watching this race. It has been a pretty good one. We are at 70 laps of 140. That should be the halfway point. They should be throwing the caution. Oh, they have thrown the caution. Your leader is Curtis Sovereign, Benny, Jim Hubble, Babyface Nelson, Jamie Mullins, Tyrone Yo Jr., Gregory Robinson, Tommy Osborne, Justin Smith, and Colton Lanford. During this time frame, I'm going to try and get a word in with Colton to see what happened with him. Let's see if I can do this right. Doo-doo-doo. Let's see if Colton will pick up and follow as we do this interview. He might not join right at the moment. Alright, I'll pass on that one and we'll go back here. Let's drop in and talk to some of these individuals. Now, I'm not going to interrupt them during this race. So we're watching the race off of pit. It looks like Benny has the lead coming off of pit road. We will find out in just a sec. Oh, Benny is starting to flash. I do not know if he knows this or not, but he is starting to flash as he comes around. Jim Hubble is now hitting the brakes. Oh, there was a major checkup, major checkup going into 3 right there. So, the number 9 is still out on the track along with Colton Lanford. Colton may be waiting for a wave around, or he has not been allowed to go in the pits as of yet. There goes the number 9. That would be Justin Smith going in. I don't know what's going on in Colton's head. Maybe because he's a couple laps down, he's having to wait. Curtis Sobran, there he goes. He's got the wave around. That's what he was waiting on. The lights are out on the pace car. Let's see how they're lining up. It should be Curtis Sobran on the inside, Benny on the outside, Babyface Nelson on the inside, Jamie Mullins on the outside, Jim Hubble to the inside, Tyrone on the outside, Gregory Smokey Robinson on the inside, Tommy Osborne on the outside. If Justin Smith can get back on the track, he will be on the inside, or Colton Lanford. Let's see what happens here. Oh, we missed the crash that Tyrone did. Let's go back and take a quick gander at that. Well, I'll wait until after the restart. Then we'll go back and take a look. The cars are entering turn 3. You can see the anxiousness in each of them as they are getting ready for this restart. Curtis is biting at the bit, but Benny's even more biting. He's ready, he's waiting, he's looking. You see all the cars are lined up. There they go, they're in the restart zone. Curtis has got a good jump. None of them spun their tires, it did not sound like. However, Benny is dropping back really far. He is now in 3rd place. He was in 2nd place, but he was not able to get up there, and Jamie was not able to push him to the lead. Everybody's dropping to the inside of the track as they go into turn 3. Tommy Osborne is pushing. It looks like Tommy Osborne has pushed the number 2 of Tyrone Yo to the outside. Right now, Tommy Osborne, Justin Smith, and Colton Lanford are down at least 1 lap. Colton Lanford is down 3 laps. Nope, not 3 laps. My bad. He's been off the track the most, though, tonight. So far, our fastest time for the night belongs to The fastest lap of the night is a tie between Curtis SUV Sobran and Jim Hubble at 29.75. They have the tie for the fastest lap of the night. I won't tell you who the slowest one is of the night because it's still a toss-up. Jim Hubble has passed Jamie Mullins for 4th position. They're running down the backstretch. Benny is going to the outside looking for a way to try and get some clean air on the front of his car and get around Curtis and Babyface Nelson. But with that Ford, when he jumped out there to the side, it's like hitting a freaking brick wall. That will slow him down if he does not have a pusher to give him any push around the track. Now, if Jim Hubble can catch up to him and give him the push, and Benny goes to the outside with Hubble, they would be able to pass Curtis and Nelson. But, Benny's biggest problem right now is Benny is flickering and cutting in and out all on his own. His connection is not that great. Colton Lanford has passed Justin Smith to take over 2nd place. Justin Smith appears to be stuck in pit road right now. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find out what's going on with Justin Smith. Let's see if Justin Smith will accept my call and see what's going on with his car. What happened? Jamie Mullins has passed Jimmy Hubble for position 4. Oh, Justin is back out on the track. Let's see what's going to happen here. He's trying to get that car up to speed. I don't know how much damage he has, though. He had to have some major damage done because it took him 2 minutes to get out of the pits. Alright, we're watching. For those of you that are joining us, welcome to lap 85 of 140 at Atlanta. As we're watching the Quick Finishers Racing League. Brought to you by Mudslide Media. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield. Our current leaders are Curtis SUV Sovereign, Benny in the 27, Jamie Mullins, James Babyface Nelson, Jim Hubble, that rounds out your top 5, Tyrone Yo Jr., Gregory Robinson, also known as Gregory Smokey Robinson, Tommy Ozzy Osborne, Colton Lanford, and Justin Smith. Alrighty, folks. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Facebook. It's not letting me be able to broadcast to y'all tonight. I'm sorry about that. But we do have a lead change. Jamie Mullins has taken over the lead, and Babyface Nelson has helped him push to the front, bypassing Curtis and Benny. As it looks like SUV Curtis Sovereign has passed Jimmy Hubble for 4th position. Benny has passed Babyface Nelson to take over second position as they come in out of the tri-oval. Jamie Mullins is a little bit high and he shoots to the inside. He's still holding that lead, but it's only by a hundredth of a second. Now Benny is got the lead by a 600th of a second. Benny is trying to pull away, but Jamie Mullins is holding him back as they come into turn 3. Babyface Nelson is trying to push him to the lead again, and he's also trying to use the bank to try and use the momentum to cross the start finish line, but Benny was able to cross the start finish line first. Benny is still holding that lead by 0.1 second, now by 0.07 seconds. Jamie Mullins is right there trying to get the help from James Babyface Nelson. Jamie and James are both trying to work together, but Curtis has taken second place away. When they crossed the start finish line, it was Curtis right there on the outside. Now Jamie and James have pushed themselves to take second and third. Jamie Mullins is moving to the inside. Benny got suckered to go to the outside, and he is left high and dry all by himself. Everybody from second to fourth has just now passed him. Tommy Osborne is still a lap down, but he is trying to get that lap back. You see him up there with the leaders as he's trying to catch up and pass Jamie Mullins to get one lap back. He is up there with the leaders. He is fighting it out with Jim Hubble. Now he goes to the outside. Benny pushes to the inside. Right behind Benny is Tyrone. Tyrone and Tommy are neck and neck on the outside. Benny is going to the inside. He crossed the white-red line. That is a no-no in this sport. All four tires do not need to cross that line. If all four tires cross the white and red line, that is a no-no, and the position gain has to be given back. Fortunately for Benny, he did not pass and get a position gain on Jim Hubble. James Nelson is now your new leader with Curtis Sovereign pushing right behind him, followed by Jim Hubble. Benny is on the inside, trying his best to stay in fourth position and fight off Jamie Mullins for that fourth position. Every time a driver goes to the outside, they get pushed off. Oh, we have a caution. We have a caution. Colton Lamford has wrecked out. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened here. The caution has come out. Colton Lamford is right behind him. He loses control. He's sideways. Oh, smacks the outside wall, loses it right there, and tries to get back in line. He's doing donuts. Those are not victory donuts. I promise you that. And here comes the leaders. Justin Smith was able to get by with no incidents. Colton Lamford is trying to get out of the way. There goes the leaders. You see them go by. That was a tough break. Everybody is going into the pits right now. Let's take a look, see where they will come out. Colton Lamford is still on the track. He is trying to get his stuff back. He's also a lap or two down. You see the tires going up. The cars are coming out. James Nelson is off the track, or out of the pits first. Let's see where the leaders are. They are following the... It is Benny. Babyface Nelson, Curtis Salbran, Jamie Mullins, Jim Hubble, Tyrone Yo, Gregory Robinson, Tommy Osborne, Colton Lamford, Justin Smith, you see Colton and Justin pulling down to go into the pits now. Tommy Osborne is coming out of the pits. Gregory Smokey Robinson was fighting to get his position back, or get a lap back, so he is now back on the lead lap. There's your leader, Benny. The lights have gone out on the pace car. This lap around, they will start lining up. Benny is on the inside. Babyface Nelson's on the outside. Curtis Salbran inside. Gregory Smokey Robinson should be on the outside. Jim Hubble to the inside. Nope, Jim Hubble is on the outside. Greg Smokey Robinson's on the inside. Jamie Mullins will go to the outside. Tommy Osborne will be on the inside. When they come out of the pits, Tyrone should be to the outside. Colton Lamford should be Tyrone should be on the outside. Colton and Justin should line up on the inside. Everybody behind Tommy should line up on the inside. Pace car's about to duck inside. We're halfway through turn 3. Let's take a look real quick, see if I can see the... There goes the pace car. As they enter the restart zone, let's listen, see if anybody missed a gear, spun the tires. Does not sound like it. Benny took off like a bat out of hell. He left James Nelson all alone. Everybody is dropped to the inside, leaving James Babyface Nelson on the outside of Curtis Salbran. They are drafting side by side, shooting down the track. Curtis was trying his best to pass, but Jamie Babyface Nelson kept him right there. Jim Hubble has stayed right behind Curtis Salbran, leaving James Nelson out there all by himself. Gregory Robinson is now in 5th place. Jamie Mullins is back there in 6th place with Tommy Osborne right behind him and Tyrone Yo following him up. Justin Smith and Colton Lamford are now fighting it out for last place. They are having a very, very rough night tonight, those two. Colton is getting some major repairs done to his car. Benny is trying to make that Ford Mustang as big as possible so that he can block both Curtis Salbran and Jamie Babyface Nelson. Babyface Nelson lines up right behind him, coming out into the tri-oval. Curtis is being left behind, going into 1. Benny went a little bit high. That might be a little bit of a mistake. Curtis Salbran is able to push Nelson right up next to Benny. Benny has now got Nelson right on his back door. Babyface Nelson passed Curtis Salbran with ease. Now we have a fight between Smokey Robinson and Jamie Mullins. Jim Hubble is moved up the track just a little bit too much. Everybody is lined up single file as we come into the backstretch. This is one for the night. Smokey Robinson is looking at that outside like he wants to go around, but he can't. Benny goes high but shoots down low, coming out of 1 in the 2, able to block Nelson, keeping him from being able to pass him with no problem. Now they're side by side. Nelson's going to the inside. Benny went to the well one too many times, and now he is passed. Nelson has the lead, and Benny, as they go into 2, will Nelson try and block him, or will he stay low? He stays low. Benny is staying right behind him. I guess he has learned his lesson a little bit about going to that outside. On the backstretch, they are staying high. Nelson stays high. Benny is trying to push him around. They are looking for the runoff to be able to shoot down the track. Curtis Sovereign is back there. He has had one heck of a night, staying in the top 5 most of the night. He has had that Camry running full blast and being one of the fastest cars in the race tonight. Benny and Babyface Nelson are slowly pulling away because the Fords are able to work together. Curtis Sovereign is not catching up to them, even though he has a Ford pushing against him. They have not gotten together and working together. Is not one of the strong suits for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. There is a gap between Hubble and Robinson, then another gap between Robinson and Mullins, as Mullins and Yo are working together with Osborne to keep up with the rest of the pack. The leaders are not able to pull away too much. Sovereign is closing the gap just a little bit, as he is the fastest, or not the fastest, but one of the faster cars on the track. Babyface Nelson was able to push a 29.97, but Curtis is able to push 29.75. So the last lap was 32.6, with Sovereign being 32.5. So Sovereign is the faster car right now, but he's not able to catch up to the leaders. We're watching Tommy Osborne push to the outside to get a lap back. Can he do it? He did. He pushed around and he bypassed the leaders, saying, "Give me back my lap, y'all. I want to be on this lead lap." He is trying to keep them off of him and keep on that lead lap. Tommy Osborne is actually in the lead. He had gained the lead lap back. He's went to the outside. He is now the leader of the race. Babyface Nelson is roughly 0.6 seconds ahead of him. Jamie Mullins is pushing Babyface Nelson around Osborne. Nelson is dropped to the inside. Oh, we've got a car. Benny was dropped off of the track. I don't know what's going on, but Benny has lost momentum and is down to, as he's being pushed around on the outside of the track. He's on the inside of the track, not outside, inside of the track. He's headed into the pits. I don't know what happened to him. Osborne is still in second place with that Camaro. Curtis Sovereign is trying to get around Osborne. Mullins is right there on the outside, keeping Curtis to the inside and not allowing him to peek his head out and get some fresh air to make a run. They are nose to tail, nose to tail. Curtis was able to push Osborne to the outside. Osborne's all the way up against the wall. He rubs the wall just a little bit, causing some friction, and that pushes him all the way back to 6th place. Osborne was your 2nd place runner. Now he is in 6th place, now 7th place. Nelson and Curtis are running bumper. There is probably 1 car length between Curtis Sovereign and James Babyface Nelson. Jamie Mullins is trying his best to get that suction going so he can be able to pull to the outside, but he drops in line. Tommy Osborne is still on the high line on the outside, trying to use the height of the curve to help give him momentum. He's coming back. He is passing Gregory Robinson as they cross the start-finish line. Did he do it? He's in position 4. Now Robinson has taken it back from Osborne. There is a battle for 3rd and 4th place. Osborne is on the outside all by himself. Yo is now in the back. Can Osborne use that outside and the hill to help bring him across the start-finish line again ahead of Robinson? Robinson still stays in 4th place ahead of Tommy Osborne. Jamie Mullins is in 5th place. Tommy Osborne is slowly losing momentum because he is hung out to dry. That laundry is done, folks. Tommy cannot keep doing and has no luck. He is dropping in line behind everybody else and doing the single file. Benny is still in the pit. Nope, Benny is now back out of the pits, but he is 1 lap down. Ooh, Justin Smith is 7 laps down. Colton Lamford is out of the race for the night. Let's see if we can get Colton Lamford back into the conversation with us. Nope. Benny is Ben Campbell. That is who Benny is. It has taken me all night long to figure out who that guy was. I'm like, who the heck is this guy? Who is he? All right. Let's see if we can get a hold of Colton Lamford and see if he wants to be able to help me with this conversation, find out what happened. Colton, good sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, Mark. What up?
Hey, so what happened there, man?
Well, right before the start of the race, my Fanatec kind of gave up on me, and I had to race with the Xbox controller all night.
Oh, so you're saying your Fanatec CLS just died on you?
Yeah, apparently there's been a big issue going around. I'm trying to fix it now, so I'm ready for next week.
Okay, so but you will have it fixed, hopefully.
Yeah, as long as this thing doesn't give me any issues.
Oh, we just had Robinson tag Hubble. Robinson tagged Hubble at 18 laps to go. I'm sorry about that. I was watching the race and he turned Hubble. Let's go back and check that the yellow flag did come out for that one. I'm sorry, Colton. I wasn't trying to throw you off there. I was trying to get your intake of what was going on. If you was having issues and whatnot. Are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I would highly recommend not using a controller because I had to keep the left joystick pushed forward the entire time, and that last wreck I was in, it felt like I pinched a nerve at the base of my thumb, and I tried to save it, but by
Ow.
that time it was too late. Yeah, does not feel good.
I bet it doesn't. So, what are you going to be able to? Do you think it's just a software problem?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm gonna probably do what I always do and just uninstall all this and reinstall it.
Ah. As they were coming across the start-finish line, or in the Geico restart zone, Gregory Robinson tagged Jim Hubble and turned him to the inside.
That is never a good sign.
No, it's not. And you know that there will be people cussing up a storm over that one.
Oh, I don't doubt it. You said it was Smokey?
Yeah, Smokey Robinson got into the left rear quarter panel in the restart zone of Jim Hubble and turned him into the infield. So
that's gonna cause some issues.
I've been trying to figure out who the heck Benny was all night long, and I finally found out that it's Ben Campbell. All these,
that helps me.
yeah, all these nicknames that everybody has. I don't know everybody, so I'm like, who the heck is Benny? Now I know. It is Ben Campbell. So you need to also go into your SDK and update your driver profile, sir.
No.
You have the quick, or not quick finishers, but some other team.
Yeah. I know.
Originals, yeah, original race as the team. So,
I mean, I could do that, but you know,
well,
where's the fun in that?
it needs to be updated. So whenever I show you who your mustache and wannabe jumpsuit out there.
Damn. No, I think I'm just gonna keep that up just to annoy you.
Oh, it's not going to annoy me, but nobody's going to recognize it. So the lights are out on the pace car. The drivers are getting ready to come around in the backstretch. We have Curtis Sobran and Babyface Nelson in the lead. Actually, Babyface Nelson is on the lead. Curtis Sobran's on the outside. Jamie Mullins is on the inside. Tyrone Yo outside. Tommy Osborne is inside. Jim Hubble on the outside. Greg Smokey Robinson inside. Benny Campbell is on the outside. Justin Smith is on the inside, and Colton Lanford has been wrecked for the night. So
Yeah.
Colton Lanford
it happens though.
Yeah, Colton Lanford has joined us. Are you watching the race, or did you just all the way out?
I had to get all the way out. I couldn't do anything.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened, but
No, it's fine. Like I said, I'll hopefully have this fixed and ready to go for next week.
alrighty. Well, I'll let you get back to it, and hopefully you can get it fixed real quick.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'll just do what I can do.
All right. Sorry about your luck, though, man.
No, it's okay. It happens.
Yep.
Racing.
That's racing for you. I'll talk to you later. All right, going. So, we found out what was wrong with Colton Lanford. He is having issues with his Fanatec CSL DX, or DD, direct drive wheel. Evidently, it is an issue with the Fanatec. That's a lot of our guys run Fanatec, and some of them run Thrustmaster. I myself run Moza. I have a Moza R9. I am not sponsored, nor is any of the drivers here sponsored by any of the vehicles that or buy the wheels that we have. If y'all are looking for a sponsor, or if any of the sponsors are looking for drivers, we're all available for you. If you would like to see a paint scheme of your choice or of your company logo, contact one of our drivers. We will try and get it done up, and we will put you out there for us. However, if we do that, you will be sponsoring us, and it would be beneficial to help us out. So, iRacing is a monthly subscription. It is not free. Some of the drivers do 2-year subscriptions. Some of the drivers do month to month. The QFRL, all these races, we paid for these so that we could put the entertainment on for you, and we do this to have a good time. If you would like to sponsor us, get in touch with myself, Curtis Salbrin, or James Nelson. We would be willing to work with you, and we can do something to help you out. If you're watching on my Twitch, hit that like button. If you're watching on my YouTube, hit the like and subscribe and click the bell so that you get the updates of when we are racing and everything. Follow along. Contact me through YouTube. Contact me through Facebook. Contact me through Twitch. I will respond back to you as soon as I possibly can, letting you know how things are going. Right now, Babyface Nelson and Curtis SUV Sovereign are the leaders. Ben Campbell is in third, followed by Jamie Mullins, Gregory Smokey Robinson, Tyrone Yo Jr., Jim Hubble, Tommy Osborne round out all the drivers on the lead. All the drivers on the lead lap. Justin Smith is several laps down, and Colton Lanford is out for the night. Boomer got boomed. It looks like Benny has moved to the inside and pushed Curtis Salbrin to the outside, making him slow down. We're watching as Curtis Salbrin is slowly being dragged to the back. He is trying to stay right up against Benny so that he can get that draft and slow Benny down, but it is not working because nobody is behind Curtis Salbrin. They touch, coming to the start-finish line. Benny pushes Curtis to the outside a little bit more, saying, "Hey, get away from me." They did. Oh, Curtis came to the inside, and he has wrecked Jamie Mullins. They are still green. It is 7 laps to go. This is where the wildness is going to begin. Everybody is trying to stay green until that white lap. When the white lap comes out, it will be Katie bar the door. But right now, you know Jamie Mullins is not happy that Curtis Salbrin came down across his inside, or across his nose, pushing him to the inside of the track, losing momentum. Jamie Mullins is dropped back down to 6th place, giving Tyrone Yo the 5th place. Jim Hubble is back in 7th place. We are looking at Greg Robinson as he was able to pass without incident. Greg Robinson is hung to the outside. Curtis Salbrin is trying to go low on the inside. They line up. Jamie Babyface Nelson and Benny Campbell are pushing it right down to the front. We are 5 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Just 5 laps, and it has been an exciting race for the night so far. We have had 3 cautions. 1 caution does not count because it was the intermission caution. 3 cautions due to major incidences. Right now, all the drivers... Oh, and they pushed Nelson to the inside. Nelson got pushed out of the way by Ben Campbell. Ben Campbell went and pushed him too hard. That gave Curtis Salbrin and Greg Smokey Robinson. The caution is out. Babyface Nelson was pushed to the inside. Let's go back and take a look. We're going to look at this from camera 1. As they come down the stretch, he got pushed to the inside. Oh, and back up into the traffic he went. He had to stop in the corner. Let's see what happened with Justin Smith here. Justin Smith just barely made it into pit road. Oh no, he didn't make it to his pit stall. Did he run out of gas at the pit stall? I can't tell you. Let's go back live now. I've got a lot of work to do, folks. A lot of work to do. I am still working on getting all these updates done so that you can see what is going on. But currently, here we go. This is the 4th caution of the night. With 3 laps to go, we will have a green-white checkered flag attempt on this start. Currently, there is 1 car that is totally out of the race, and that is unfortunately Colton Lanford, who his Fanatec wheel decided not to work with him. He was racing on an Xbox controller. This is why they say do not race with an Xbox controller. Please use a steering wheel, gas pedal, and throttle, or gas pedal, brake, and if you can, get one with a clutch. Also get a gear shifter, not just the paddle shifters on your wheel. This gives you more realism, and it also winds up giving you a better opportunity to drive these vehicles. So, they're coming around. There's 2 laps still to go as they come across the start-finish line. But those 2 laps will be extended. We will have a green-white checkered flag. The lights are now out on this pace car. Curtis Sobran is lining up to the inside. Gregory Smokey Robinson is on the outside. Tyrone Yo is on the inside. Ben Campbell is on the outside. Ben Campbell is not the friend anybody wants tonight because he has pushed too hard and cost one individual the lead. Anyways, Jim Hubble will be lining up in 5th spot on the inside. Ozzy Osborne will be on the outside. Jamie Mullins will be lining up on the inside. Babyface Nelson will be on the outside. Babyface was your leader for a while, but unfortunately, due to Ben Campbell, he had to go pit and get his fast repair. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they're coming around. Let's take a look at the scenes. See where they're at. You see them coming through turn 3, entering turn 4 over there. Let's take a good look. Here they come. Pace car is off. Listen to the roar. There they go. Sobran was able to get on it. He is able to get that jump. He now has a 2-car lead. Oh, right behind him is Tyrone Yo. Tyrone has closed the gap. Ben Campbell is pushing Tyrone. That leaves Tommy Osborne with Gregory Robinson on the outside. Jamie Mullins and James Nelson are all on the outside. The inside is Curtis, Tyrone, Benny, and Jim Kimball. Justin Smith is still in the pits. We're down to the white lap. Oh, I'm so sorry. The final lap. This is where all the chaos will be. Who will it be? Curtis Sobrin is coming around the corner. Oh, he's a little loose. He drifts back up into the field. They are wrecking behind him. The wrecking everywhere. Who is the first one across? It looks like Jamie Mullins is your winner. Let's pause this and go back and take a look. Let us take a look, see what happened here. Let's back it up just a little bit more than that. You see Curtis. Let's change the angles here. Tyrone is in there. Benny is right behind him. It is Curtis in the inside. Tyrone just to the outside. They are 3 wide. Greg Robinson is on the outside. Then Benny is on the inside. Let's see. This is going to be interesting. As they go up, Curtis barely tags Tyrone. Tyrone pushes Greg up against the wall. Tommy Osborne. Now let's jump over here to Jamie Mullins. Watch him do a drag race. Jim Hubble. Jamie is across the start finish line first, followed by Benny, followed by Curtis, followed by Jim Hubble, and followed by Babyface Nelson. Gregory Robinson comes in next. Tommy Ozzy Osbourne is backwards as he's rolling down the track. Will he cross the start finish line? Yes, he crosses it backwards. Tyrone is stuck doing donuts. He stays on the inside track. He is going to cross using the start finish line through the pits. Justin Smith is still in his pit stall. Wow, that was interesting, folks. All right, let's rewind just a little bit because I think at the start finish line there will be an incident with Jamie Mullins. Let's go back one lap. Oh, sorry. Hold that 1 second. Let's show the results of the race. Jamie Mullins with Grave Intentions is your winner tonight. That was interesting and fun. Let's go see if we can find any of these gentlemen and talk to them. Let's see. Let's see if I can get Jamie on the phone here.
Hello?
Jamie!
Hey.
Hey, it's Mark Mudslide Holyfield. How you feeling tonight after that win?
Well, that was white-knuckled, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. We watched it.
Yeah, that was something else. I mean, I think I was sitting back 6th and then coming out of 4, and then all of a sudden the seas parted, and I just stayed in it. And I don't know where that came from. Lucked into that one, I guess you'd call it, but great racing, really, overall from all the guys. Really good time.
Yeah, it was a real good race. I mean, we seen lead changes and whatnot. You were up there for a good long bit as the leader, and then you started falling back. Was there some car troubles, or were you just trying to save during that time frame?
Actually, I was just trying some things. I'd hug the bottom a little bit, and then I would back out and then try to run the high line to see if anybody would go with me to create runs to see if we couldn't get back up to the front for later on in the race. That's what I was trying to do. James would run up top with me, but it seemed like everybody else was more comfortable on the bottom. So we was able to use that, to get back to the lead every now and then fall back just to make it fun. I mean, riding around single file just to me isn't fun.
Yeah, it can get kind of boring being single file with only like 10 drivers. Did y'all notice that Colton was having some issues and whatnot? Did he explain what was going on with him?
Yeah, he had some wheel issues, and then he kept disconnecting and reconnecting, thinking there was something he might be able to fix it. But then he actually was running with it, from what I heard, on an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for him.
Yeah, I pulled him in to talk to him whenever he popped up as being out of the race. Was there anybody who was specifically hard on you, like maybe Curtis or James Nelson? Because they were right behind you or trying to fight you for that lead most of the night.
Yeah, I mean, they were all fast. Curtis kind of wrecked me there towards the end, right before the last caution come out with James spinning. He kind of decided he wanted to be a little aggressive and chopped down on me, but no harm, no foul. We were able to save it and keep going. I lost a lot of speed, but it is what it is. But luckily that caution came out and allowed me to repair the damage that I needed and take tires, and well, the end result was awesome.
Yeah. Now, will you be around for next week's race? I don't know where we're going next week. I'm still looking up the schedule to see.
I think it's Las Vegas. I'm going to try my best to be there. We're wanting to grow this league. This isn't the typical field that we have. I mean, typically the field's a little bit bigger than this, but man, there's some good guys in here racing. So if there's anybody listening and wants to be a part of a good league, Quick Finishers Racing League's the way to go.
Yes, sir. Well, anything else before I let you go?
No, Mark, I do want to thank you for stepping up and doing the broadcast. I can't wait to go back and watch this. From what I've been hearing, it was pretty exciting, and probably never a dull moment with all the lead changes and everything. I just want to thank all the drivers in the Quick Finishers Racing League. These guys are great. Curtis, James, these guys are the admins here, and they do an awesome job, and can't wait for next week.
Yes, sir. Well, have you a good night. Go out. And I don't know if you're going to pop the champagne or not, but burn them down.
Actually, I'm old. I think I'm going to go up there and take some Zeke and go to bed.
That'll work too.
Yeah, man. Well, have a good night, Mark. I appreciate everything you do, buddy.
Yes, sir. You too.
Um,
Oh, I cut him off too soon. I didn't mean to. Let's see. Can I get in touch with Ben Campbell? Mr. Campbell. It's going to take him a second. He's new to Discord, and he's new to Quick Finisher Racing, and he's new to iRacing. He's our rookie veteran, but in real life, Ben Campbell is the actual race racer. So he does this on a daily basis. On some Saturday nights, he's out doing late model stock car races. I don't think he's going to jump in with me. Let me see if I can get Curtis to jump in.
I went back and looked at it. I don't think he advanced his position at all.
Hey,
But
can I get Ben to answer the phone?
Yeah, how do I do that?
Whenever you see the phone call, just accept.
Let me go to Discord.
I was
Yeah.
say, pull up your Discord. That's
Yeah, it'll be in Discord.
All right.
I'm trying to add him as a friend also. There we go. Hey, Mr. Campbell, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good, you?
I'm doing good. How'd you enjoy this racing?
It was fun. I'm not much of a super speedway racer. I'm not a big fan of it, but we made it work.
Yeah, I was telling folks that you're brand new to iRacing and everything, but in real life, you actually race, is it late models?
It is not. It is like
Or
a Renegade
street
street stock.
Okay, it's Renegade Street Stock. So
Yes.
you do this for real on
I
the
do.
weekends, right?
Yes.
So how'd you feel about coming in second tonight?
still a good run. I'm not gonna lie. When that wreck happened, I thought I had the lead, and I happened to glance to the right at the last second and seen a 66 car half a car length ahead of me. So still felt good, but a little disappointed. I won't lie.
Now, I noticed you was pushing a little bit tonight. Did you make any friends or enemies out there?
I'd say I made a few enemies. I won't lie. Kind of got into James and looped him around, and I kept hanging Curtis and James both out to dry when I got to him.
Yeah, I had to go back and review James's incident. I'm pretty sure he had some pretty choice words for you, didn't he?
Yeah, that wasn't exactly my plan. I was planning on trying to push him, but got into him a little bit harder than I thought I did.
Are you used to racing the Mustang?
Not too much. I don't do a whole bunch of the plate races. About the only plate races I've run on here is when I've raced with y'all, which hadn't been but like 3 races on the plates.
Okay. The reason I was asking is, with the Mustang, it's good for pushing, but if you get it offline just a little bit, you're going to turn the car that you're pushing with ease because it's got that flat nose. But with the Camaro and the Camry, when you're pushing with them, you can turn and you can basically drive that car in front of you because it's so rounded and everything. The Mustang is great for pushing, but you gotta be a little bit careful because if the back end of the Camry is rounded like Curtis's is or has any damage, then it's gonna turn it. So just a heads up. I didn't know if you knew that or not. But
I did not. I appreciate it.
So you weren't expecting to see the 66 fly by on the outside.
I was not. I thought the outside lane ended up getting blocked in that wreck, so I thought I was clear. Then I happened to all of a sudden to catch a glimpse of some RPMs. I looked to the hit the button to look to the right, and there he was.
What was your first thought when you seen Curtis being turned there?
Go to the bottom and floor it and hope I get through it. Because I knew if I checked up, I was getting drove through.
Yeah. All right. Are you going to be racing with us off and on, or are you going to race with us on Friday nights the rest of the season?
I'm going to try to race every Friday night as much as I can.
Okay. Well, it took me a minute to figure out who the hell you were because all it says on here is Benny, and I'm like, who the hell is Benny? Okay, there's Benny. I don't know who the fuck Benny is, but he's here. And then I went in the Discord and I figured out it was Ben Campbell. And I was like, oh, I'm a dum-dum. But I'm glad that you made the podium. This is what, your first race with us that's been, well, this is first race that's been broadcasted, but this is like what, your 4th or 5th race with us?
I think this is my 2nd or 3rd in the next gen. I've done a couple with the Gen 4 and stuff with y'all.
Okay. Well, are you practicing in your off time when we're not racing? Are you practicing then?
I think I ran about 20 laps here. I think it was last night when I got off of work just to feel it out and see what it felt like. That's about all I've done.
Well, I whenever you get a chance and whatnot, log those hours, and it's like being at the regular track. You log the hours, you'll get better at it. So
10-4.
I'll let you go. Anything you want to say to anybody out there listening, possibly?
No, it's a good race. Everybody raced pretty clean, just aggressive.
Alrighty. Well, I'll let you get back into the others, and I'll go grab Curtis. Yellow boss man. How's it feel being number 3?
It sucks. I should have won that race. But that's what happens at plate racing.
Yeah. So, run us through that last lap, or actually through turn 3.
Well, going down the whole backstretch, I was really worried about Jamie. because Jamie was real quick and he was coming. Me and Tyrone ran through practice, so I thought me and him could just hook up and go, and we tried. But going into 3, I entered the corner a little low, which pushed me a little tight, got me pushed up the track a little bit, and then Tyrone got underneath me, no fault of his own, but just how it happened. I got loose and tried to save it, ended up 3rd.
Well, you do realize that the finisher of the night was Tommy Osborne, right? And I'll tell you why. He finished the race backwards, crossing the start-finish line.
Did he really? That's awesome. I didn't even see that, but that's awesome.
After y'all got all caught up and everything, while everybody else was trying to turn their vehicles and whatnot, I guess Tommy just decided to throw it in reverse and watch the rear view because he came across the finish line backwards. So,
Well, we told Tommy to drive a little bit more aggressively, so I guess that's aggressive.
yeah. So,
But
it was a good race. How many friends and how many enemies did you make, do you think?
well, I was the only Toyota out there, so I had no friends whatsoever. It felt like, but I hit Jamie a couple times. I actually switched lanes before the start-finish line at one of the restarts. But other than that,
You didn't get black flag for switching lanes?
no, I didn't. It didn't throw it, but it's in the rule book that we could change lanes at the green flag, not the start-finish line, but that's going to be changed after this race.
All right. Oh, so it's going to be changed for you or changed? Basically, after the start-finish line, the drivers can be able to change lanes then.
Yeah, moving forward.
Okay. So tonight you got lucky, but from this point on, it will be defined in the rule books, start-finish line, before you move left or right.
Yeah, and I think I might need to switch to a Ford or something, so I have some teammates out there. Nobody wants
Yeah.
to run a Toyota.
Well, we have 1 Toyota, 3 Fords, and 6 Camaros. So that tell you anything. And what's funny is it was Camaro, Ford, Toyota.
Yeah,
That
I told
cross-
everybody whoever wrecked the Army car is unpatriotic. And they get a points penalty, so Tyrone's going to get one. We just got to figure it out.
Well, what about whenever the Army car wrecked the other cars?
No, that's okay.
Oh, that was clean racing there.
That's clean racing. That's America.
So next week, are you ready for next week?
Yeah. I don't know where we're at next week. You do.
I think we're at Vegas next week.
We are at Vegas next week. Yeah, it's not one of my better tracks. More of a super speedway kind of guy, but try my best out there.
All righty. You got anything else you want to tell anybody that might still be listening?
No, everybody raced good. It was a really good race. I'm super proud of the guys that showed up. I wish a little bit more people could show up, but we'll get it going.
All righty. Well, I'll let you get back to your admin stuff and talking about the race, and I'll end up the show for the night. All right.
See you, Muddy.
Yep. Have a good one.
You
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to bring it to the end for the night. We are the Quick Finishers Racing League. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollyfield, broadcaster of Mudslide Media. Next week, we will be racing at, in the next gens, we'll be at Las Vegas. Hopefully, we will have a good turnout. Tonight was a little bit slow, but it's also a brand new night, and I hope to be able to give y'all a little bit better presentations and everything. I kind of ran through and threw stuff together. If for any reason you want to join the Racing League, get in touch with me or reach out to one of the admins, Curtis Sobrin, James Nelson, Jamie Mullins, or myself, and we will get you hooked up so that you can be able to race with us on iRacing or if you would like to be able to help us out with the broadcast, get your name out there. Get in touch with me. I will put you out there as best as I can. For that, have a good night. I look forward to seeing y'all next week.